It's amazing to welcome into the fire the super talented forward with enormous upside, a top predicted draft pick, the high flyer from the Oakleigh Chargers, Matt Jefferson. Nice to meet you, Matt.
You too, mate. Thanks for having me on.
It's great to have you on. Okay, Matt, everyone says you're the politest and most humble guy in the draft. You don't have to talk yourself up, mate. I'll do it for you.
Not sure who's telling you that.
Pardon that?
Not sure who's gotten you there.
Before we get into your massive footy journey, mate, I always like to know what you were like as a junior. Have you always been a forward? Because I can imagine with your athletic, you've easily been up the field.
Yeah, pretty much as a junior, back up until about under 14s, I was probably playing pretty much every game. I'd go forward, I'd go back, and then a bit into the midfield as well, a bit of everything. But, as I got older and I got probably taller than most people, moved out of the midfield and more into probably 50-50 forward back. But in the, this year pretty much been primarily forward.
Yeah. How's forward going for you?
Yeah, it's gone pretty well this year. I feel like I'm having a pretty solid year up forward, kicked a few goals. Yeah. Started the year a bit slowly, but I felt like I've built into the year really well.
Well, and it always is good to kick a snag, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You're a bloody good basketballer, playing for Victoria Metro, which my dad tells me is bloody hard to make. How good were you, and was there any thought of following the basketball path?
Yeah, well, I was in the state development squad, so I never actually played a game for Vic Metro, but I think it was something that I considered, but I feel like footy's always been my main focus and definitely my favourite sport all along.
Yeah, footy is, I reckon, better than basketball.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, we are glad that you chose footy, mate, and there will be many years ahead of you where supporters will be glad too. Let's talk about the champs game of 7 goals. What a day, hey? 7 straight. Bet you had a smile on your face for a while after that one. Yeah,
definitely. I feel like it was kind of just one of those days where everything just goes your way, to be honest. I got a 50-metre penalty, got a couple of free kicks as well. And, the ball movement in that third quarter where I kicked all my goals was phenomenal. When you're playing with blokes like that, all I have to do is just, take the marks and finish their work.
Yeah, 7 goals, not bad, mate. Now, this is where you're far too humble. When asked about it, you said that you kick most goals in quarter 2 and 3. You want to work on consistency. Come on, Matt. Any more consistent than that day, you would have kicked 12. I wish my game lacked consistency, and I only kicked 7 straight. Seriously, it's hard being a forward at times. It must be nice having some of those blokes like Will, Cam, etc. coming at you with the ball.
Yeah, definitely playing with them, it just makes my job a lot easier. Shees as well, he's a brilliant kick. Playing with those guys, it's really fun.
Yeah, so many stars, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm coming over to see your game against the Sandy Dragons in a couple of weeks. How are the boys looking? Close to a spot in the finals? Must be hard when you have school footy and doesn't allow a lot of boys continuity with the Charger boys.
Yeah, it is difficult at times, but I feel like we've got a really tight group. I haven't actually played for the Chargers since round 4, so looking forward to getting back into the group and hopefully should be a good game against Sandy and hopefully pick up a win.
Yeah, school footy does take up a lot of time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So the big game in the champs has been set, and it's a fair way away, but you must be really excited about the prospect of winning the champs against the old foes. What is it like to pull on that big V jumper?
Yeah, it's definitely a big honour. Not having much footy played over the last 2 years, it's definitely been something that I've wanted a bit more because not playing footy at all, and it's a big honour, and it's going to be a huge game in September. Doesn't get bigger rivalry in under 18s footy than Metro v Country.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What sort of guy are you before the big games? Do you get nervous?
I think everyone gets a bit nervous, but I try to just, I'm a pretty laid back kind of guy. I don't get too, hyped up or anything. I kind of just, envision what I'm going to do on the day and then try and, go out and then do it. Yeah,
that's a good way to think about it. So, in these champs, you've been unreal. Out of interest, which player have you stood that you go, wow, I hate playing on that guy. He's super tough.
Yeah, I think the first game against the Allies, I was playing on think it was something Edwards. He was a really good player. He was really strong in the contest. I did kick 2 goals today, but I felt like I had to work for him a lot. So yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, sounds pretty good. Okay, so let's tell those what they get from you if they're lucky enough to pick you up in the draft. An athletic tall forward who can fly and clunk marks or get out on the lead, an impossible matchup for defenders. A raw athlete that is very versatile and loves roaming around the ground, making a massive impact on every possession. You're also a really nice guy and very easy to coach, I hear. Your hands are super and you can kick a bomb. So much upside. What are your areas of improvement, mate? I'm presuming bulking up. I feel you on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty light at the moment. Got a pretty skinny frame, and I know at the next level, I'm probably not going to be playing too early on. But who knows what can happen if in a couple of pre-seasons, put on a bit of weight and hopefully, crack into the team as soon as I can if I do make it to the level.
Jeez, my throat's a bit sore after that last question. You know what I love about your game the most, mate? It's the little things you do to help your team. You have all those things that we talked about before, but you're also bringing the defensive pressure with smothers and tackles. Do you pride yourself on this? Because it's really impressive.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I definitely pride myself on. That's one thing that you can control yourself. Your defensive efforts and your efforts in general. Sometimes, you're not going to be racking up 20 disposals or kicking 7 every game. It's just those things that you can do every game.
Yeah. Okay, no matter how much you want to not think about it, the draft is coming up and it's your draft year. It's a tough thing to deal with footy and school, I'm sure. Do you read much about it? I mean, it's hard not to, but do you think about the fact that you'll be on an AFL list soon?
Yeah, it does. You do tend to think about it a bit, but I try and just, take a week at a time. You do get shown these things on the internet and stuff, but really you just got to focus on playing good footy at the moment and then the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, that's right, mate. You've been compared to Tom Lynch from Richmond. He is a fair player. It must be nice when you hear things like that. Do you model yourself on anyone?
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good comparison. If I could be, half the player is, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd say the blokes I compare myself to are probably guys like Aaron Norton and Charlie Curnow, your athletic type forwards. Probably not the biggest blokes out on the field, but they make up for it with their, their athleticism, their stamina and stuff like that.
Yeah, they are very good players. You have been a part of the Australian Academy. Great achievement, mate. How did you go against the bigger bodies of Collingwood side? That must have been a great experience.
Yeah, that was a really awesome experience. That was the first time I'd actually played against a senior team, and yeah, it was tough early, getting used to the speed and the size of the boy of the other opposition. But I felt like after half time, I had a good third quarter, kicked a goal, and I was pretty pleased with my game.
Yeah, it was a pretty good experience, was it?
Yeah, really good experience.
Yeah, sounds awesome. A few easy footy questions. What AFL team do you barrack for? Oh, I think I know this one.
Yeah.
How are you thinking about their game so far?
Yeah, they've been disappointing in the first quarter. Hopefully they, turn it around. But Brisbane a pretty good team, and I don't know if they can.
Yeah, hopefully they turn it around though. Did you get a chance to train with an AFL team?
Yeah, I trained with Richmond back in January.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. Just getting to, pretty much live as an AFL footballer for a week. It's a pretty good lifestyle. It definitely made me want it a bit more after doing that.
Yeah, did you get a bit starstruck by anyone?
Yeah, well, the first bloke I actually met was Dusty, and that was crazy.
Yeah, that would have been. If you could have an AFL player around for dinner, who would it be?
I'd definitely go Charlie Curnow. He's my favourite player in the AFL. He's had an awesome year this year, and I'd, just like to pick his brain on his, his craft. Pretty much anything.
Yeah, I don't think he's missed a game this season, has he?
No, not from memory. I don't think so.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been super.
Yeah. Okay, let's find out what you're like away from footy. What do you love to do in your spare time?
Not much. I kind of just like to, lay back, relax, watch a bit of TV, play video games a bit.
Yeah. Any favorite video games or TV shows?
I used to be pretty into FIFA, but as year 12 gets on, you probably spend most of your time either playing footy or studying. But if I can, I try and, get on with mates a few times. But yeah.
Yeah. What sport do you love to play besides footy?
Yeah, basketball was probably the big one. I played pretty much from when I was about 6 till last year, pretty much. Yeah.
You reckon you can dunk?
Yeah, I can. I've done it in a game a couple of times. So yeah.
Nice, mate. How would you go if you played 18 holes of golf?
Oh, shocking. I'm not a very good golfer at all.
How many times have you played golf?
I've played a couple, about 5 or 6 times, I reckon, but I'm terrible.
If you weren't going to be a footballer, what career would you pursue?
That's a good question. I haven't really given that too much thought. I'd probably say something to do with like businessman or something.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Well, Matt, it's been great to get to know you better. I can't wait to see you play live in a couple of weeks' time. Keep up the great work, mate, and I can't wait to hear your name called out in the draft.
Thanks for having me on, mate. It's been unreal.
It's been a pleasure.